Hey guys, I hope you're well. Funny where inspiration comes from. I've been feeling an intense need to post a video with a couple more CW hints, right? While I'm watching Microwave 1, Mikro Wave 1, all one word. His name is Mike. He's showcasing a Kenwood TS-520, and he's going through its CW operation. And man, he just said something, and I got to touch on this. For you new CW ops, it'll really help take the pressure off you, and it's something that I do myself, okay? Occasionally. When do I do it? Well, hang on. Stay tuned. The next video will be a magnetic tension mod for the MFJ that requires no tools or no permanent modification. Let me get set up. One moment. You know what's coming. I pause you. Hey, who is that big nose clown in the screen? Hang on, man. Whose nose is that down there? Man, before my mod, these paddles, I was never truly happy with them. My homebrew acrylic ones that I built at work one day without the boss ever finding out. Sorry, man, for gloating. I am quite proud of this. I'm quite proud of this. They work better than these MFJ paddles. It's a problem with the spring tensioning. It's a problem of design. I'll talk more about it in the video proper. But I will say that at best they worked. They were never capable of high-speed sending. They were too mushy. At worst, one paddle was worse than the others. I think it was this one, right? It wouldn't even return all the way, and you could pull on the spring till there's no tomorrow and increase the tension tenfold, and it wouldn't even return back to the home position. You know what I mean? Now, nice. It feels positive and crisp, and like microwave. I had to laugh on that video I was watching that you saw a part of. he was getting tuning up, and he was all tuned up, and he was setting his Vox delay, because on these vintage transmitters, the Vox delay setting also adjusts the CW hang time. I had to laugh because when he was ready to send, he started out, ow. We CW ops do love the letter V. Okay, I'm going to pause you and point you at the rig and show you something. This is a view you don't get to see very often. My carpeting, it was called carpeting, on two sides of the rig. But I digress. Okay, I got that out of me. Help for the jittery, nervous as hell newcomer to CW in your initial QSOs or contacts, especially when you've gotten over the initial jitters and you want to have yourself a little more of a chit chat, you know. And boy, I don't know, even early on, if you're scared to death, this could be of value. Now, when I bought this Yaesu, it operates a bit different than my old Heathkit SB101 vintage tube type transceiver, you know, in several ways when operating CW. Well, when I bought this Yaesu after I retired, I saw this Mach switch. And I could understand its function for the sidebander AMer who didn't want to keep the button pressed on his hand mic the whole time, or you don't have to. When operating those modes, if you press the Mach button, it stays in transmit mode. But what about CW? Well, hang on. I wondered what value for the CW op. And man, I was watching that video by Mike of Microwave One there, and he was talking about break-in delay, and I realized something. Nowadays, with my current mental state, meaning that of a 64-year-old, I turned 64 this month, later on, I can't handle distractions like I used to. Oh, no, not at all. And the sound and this rig going in, if I were a slow jittery CW op, this rig dropping out of transmit mode while I'm trying to gather my thoughts and giving me the would discombobulate me. I'd come unglued. Back in the day when I was younger and married, and I used to carry on 2 concurrent conversations, one in CW with the op on the other end, one with my family. And I could carry on 2 simultaneous conversations that way, man. And I was thinking back, yeah, I used to like fast break-in because I used to rag chew a lot. And when you want to interrupt the other op when in a rag chew, man, just send and he'll stop and let you add your 2 bits, right? That's how you go. Back and forth you go, man. But boy, that's a rag chewing old fart, right? What about the jittery new CW op? It hit me while watching that video, and he's talking about break-in delay. On a vintage rig, it's done with a control called your Vox delay. But on this, oh boy, what could it do for you? Look at the power meter, guys. Let me send a string of V's. I'm connected to a dummy load. Set to 5 watts. Oh boy, if you're the jittery new CW op, now I don't know what kind of break-in delay you've got your rig set to. This Yaesu was very fast when I first got it. And I slowed it down, man. I adjusted my my break-in delay to, I think, 420 milliseconds or 430 milliseconds. That works most excellent for a CW op who likes to rag chew at 20 words per minute, like me. It won't drop out between words, and it affords me a little flexibility in spacing. I don't like to sound like a machine. I like the goofball spacing. I like oddball spacing, I should call it, weird spacing. It adds interest, it breaks the monotony, it keeps your brain on point. When your spacing's irregular, the other op's brain stays on point and doesn't tend to drift or lull off. I'm not kidding you, man. Hint. Okay, 420 milliseconds. What's that look like? I'm going to send a dip. Yeah, watch the busy symbol change to red when I send my dip. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. 3, 2, 1. See? This Yaesu has an exceedingly quiet TR relay. My homebrew rigs I always designed with solid state TR transition switchover. But this has a relay. It's exceedingly quiet. It's not the relay noise. It's just the rig dropping out. For the newcomer, here's my hint, man. You need to take a breath. You need to take the pressure off. Take your time. Deep breath. Send a few hyphens if you need, if you like. We all do. If you get really jittery and you need a moment, send an AS, a couple of them, man. He'll wait. But for you super slow CW op who's jittery and scared and nervous, I think it would be of great value if you know you're going to be sending for any length of time. Hit your Mach switch. Let's imagine I'm in QSO, the other guy just turned it over to me. Okay? I'm ready to transmit. I hit my Mach switch and send a couple R's. I sent a couple R's, and then I sent FB old man in a hyphen. Fine business, old man. That told him I'm ready. I have received everything. Anyway, man, I'm babbling. Look at the rig. It's still in transmit. It's still waiting for me to say something. It's not dropping out of receive mode. It's not driving me nuts. It's not scaring me with a when I've got more to say, when I've barely begun. The rig's sitting in transmit mode, transmitting nothing, waiting for me to gather my thoughts. Deep breath. Ooh. Look at my spacing. Look at my timing. I don't know what I sent now. Something like to the effect of thank you, hyphen something. I am a new CW op. I know I sent that. I have to see. I was in the zone, and it's still in transmit mode. I'll say back to you. From N8K. Okay. There, I'm done with my happy little transmission. Look at the breaks. Look at the pauses I've taken. If I were on the other end of that QSO and you sent that to me, if I heard you tell me that you're a new CW op and you took that kind of timing, dear God, sir, I will sit here until I die to copy your CW with a huge smile on my face, man. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you, man. Do you want your rig dropping out on you and scaring you to death and issuing this when you've barely begun? It's like, no. It doesn't have to.